Okay guys, I decided I'm going to do a video on my homemade spaghetti sauce because it's so super simple that anybody who's a new canner can do this. All I've done was clean my tomatoes, cut the core out, and as you can see, the tomatoes look wonderful. These are homegrown tomatoes from my garden. I fill up my blender. Now what I'm going to do is take it over here. I have a Vitamix, but any blender will do, okay? You're just going to make this a tomato smoothie. How's that? So we're going to plug that in, get that up there. I got to go grab the lid. I'm going to grab my lid. This is the first batch. I usually do 2 batches in the blender. I'm going to put my lid on, turn the blender on. It's that simple. This has seeds, skin, everything's in there. Now, I never add water to my spaghetti sauce. When I'm cooking my tomatoes, this is what I do. I puree them. Let me see if I can get my... I'm going to use the pot that I was using for the ham. Water, because that's all it was water. So we're going to put that, see if I can utilize all this. There we go. I got to get this lid off. There we go. With lids off, now we'll bring you over to the stove. I'm going to pour this in. There's a lot of air in this, but once you get it cooking, that air cooks out. And that's my first batch. Now we're going to put this on high to get it started, and then we'll reduce it to medium because this is about a 45-minute process. Okay, so the tomatoes are pureed. Now this is the time if you wanted to add onion, peppers, whatever you want to add vegetable wise. If you don't want the kids to know you threw a zucchini in there, run it through the blender and put it in here as well. Spinach, collard greens, kale, whatever you want to add to sneak it past those kiddos, this is the time to do it. Because once this cooks up, they're not going to know that it's in there. Alright, I'm going to go out and pick another basket full of tomatoes because I want a full pot of pasta sauce by the time I'm done today. And I got 3.5 minutes left for this to keep crushing out pressure and to steam, and then this is the ham. So I got many things going today, and this is just 2 projects, and I got a few more yet I got to get into, but I got to clean my kitchen. Oh my god. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back from the garden, and what I did is I picked some Lakanto kale and some curly leaf kale. I picked the rest of my ripe tomatoes. Look at that beauty. She's a beauty. I might save some seeds out of this before I put it in my blender. And let's see if I can find it. I picked one nice big, this is thyme, and it is big, it's full of flavor, and I think this will be more than enough. Just 1 leaf will be more than enough for what I'm doing. Now, one of the other things I'm going to add, because I have them, let's see, I'm going to throw in 2 zucchinis. Why? Because I have them, and I don't want them to go to waste, because waste not, want not. So we're going to give them a good rinse and a good cleaning. And then we'll just chop those up and throw them in the blender. Nobody will know these greens are in my spaghetti. I might even throw, I have onions, I have garlic. I might throw a little bit of that in there as well. Again, when you're making this, make your spaghetti sauce to your taste. We love garlic, absolutely love garlic, so we can never get enough garlic in our sauces. But I'm going to work on this, get my blender full, and bring you back. Still working on spaghetti sauce. Be creative. Okay, we're back. I've got, the blender is full of good things. I've got the kale in there, the thyme, tomatoes, and then what we're going to do is, this is 1 clove of garlic. So this is going to be a major batch of garlic spaghetti sauce. I'll have to label it that way just in case we serve dinner to somebody who doesn't care for garlic. I need to know that in advance. This is huge. And then in the bowl, the blender's full, but once I started, things will start falling down. And then in the bowl, I have a whole onion, diced, not diced, just chopped big, and the 2 zucchinis chopped, ready to go in. So we're going to set you over here and bring you along for the noisy part. Don't you just love that? Alright, here we go. Garlic. Everything that was in the bowl is now in the blender. We'll give it a few minutes. We'll turn it down and turn it off. Now this looks green, so I'm hoping when I add it to the rest of the sauce, you can see how that's cooked. All that pink color is gone. Now it looks like tomatoes. Okay. And one of the other things I did, my last tomato was the one I said I was saving seeds from. So what I did was save a bunch of seeds, and it did not have many. It was mostly a very meaty tomato. But now what I do here is I'm going to soak that in some water. Anytime you pick a tomato that is the cream of the crop, if you will, the very best of the best, you're going to want to save seeds, and this is how you save tomato seeds. Now what will happen is the goop around the seeds will start fermenting, and we'll dump that off in a day or two, and then we'll have seeds to dry. And I just set them on my counters. It reminds me to work with them. Okay. Back to the blender. I'm going to take the lid off. Chunk of onion, we don't need that. I'm going to give it a sniff. Smells lovely. Smells a little on the green side. And we're going to add this into our, look how thick that is. You can't ask for a thicker sauce. Now the dressing or the season packet has coloring in it as well. It has beet powder as well as tomato powder. So hopefully that'll bring that up to a red sauce. I hope, otherwise I'm in trouble. I did too many greens. And I don't like to waste sauce. So I will still cook this, can it, and serve it. I refuse to waste anything. Those tomatoes were absolutely spectacular, and they deserve to be kept and eaten. That's the rest of the green sauce. You hear my ham. Oh, pressure's getting high on the ham. Gotta turn it down. Alright, I'll be back and we'll see how this goes. This has to cook a little bit now. But as you can see, it's really, really thick. This is why I do it this way, so I don't have to add water. When you have to add water and then cook it down to get rid of the water, you're wasting energy. Put it in your blender, puree the tomatoes, and get your sauce going. It's a lot quicker, a lot easier, and it's actually time-saving. So get that sauce going a little faster. Add what you want. Make it to your taste. I still have one more thing to add, and that's the pasta sauce mix. But this has to heat up again before I can do that. We'll be back with the spaghetti sauce. Okay guys, we're back to the spaghetti sauce. What I added, I had 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. I added those because it didn't seem like my color was going to be right. And as you can see, it's still not quite right. But look how nice and thick that is. That's what I like in a spaghetti sauce, is the thickness. So what I thought I'd show you is me adding my Mrs. Wegg's pasta sauce. And you can see it's very powdery. It's full of the herbs and flavoring that you want in a spaghetti sauce. They even add beet powder for color, so you get more of that red sauce look. And to me, that's just another vegetable going in, so I'm just fine with that. See, already I can see the color improving. Now it comes down to tasting. From here on out, you're going to taste. If I feel that one packet of Mrs. Wegg's was not enough for what I like, then I'll add a second packet of the powder. I'm getting tired. I'm sweating like a hog. I don't like canning in a hot kitchen, and unfortunately the kitchen's hot. It's hot out. It's probably in 90 to 91 degrees out right now. But yeah, that's a nice looking sauce already. Look at that. Now I'm going to do what's called a hot pack, and I won't be pressure canning this or water bath canning. I have started canning all my spaghetti sauce just by putting the hot sauce in a good hot jar and having the seals hot and closing them up, and every one of them have sealed beautifully. I have not had a failure yet. So I'm going to be doing that here in a little while. I'm going to let this simmer because this will actually thicken up a little bit more. And I want to make sure my flavors are good. In fact, let me get a spoon. I'm going to taste this. And when you're taste testing your canning foods, you only get to use your spoon one time. Then you need a fresh spoon, or you need to go wash your spoon. Oh my God, that's really, really good. And I can taste that garlic, which is exactly what I was hoping for. I actually can taste a little bit of the greens too. So we're going to let this simmer, and I'm going to taste it again and see if I need to add another pack of the pasta sauce mix, because right now it tastes really good. So we'll let it simmer a little bit, and we'll come back to it. I'm going to go get my jars ready to jar this up. I should get about 4 quarts out of this pot. That's about average for this pot for me. Alright, we'll be back in shortly as soon as I get some jars ready. Okay guys, I'm getting ready to can up the spaghetti sauce. And as you can see, the color is wonderful. It turned out really tasty. And it definitely falls into the yes, let's can it and let's keep it range. Although I was concerned there for a little bit with all the green I added. So basically all I'm going to do is ladle this into the jar. Then I'm going to wipe my rims. It'd be great if I got more than 4 quarts. Right now I've got 4 quarts prepared, but I got 5 seals sitting in the hot water. Just in case I can get a 5th one out of it. It would be wonderful. Okay. Here's one. I'm going to jar these up, and I'll bring you back when I close these jars up. Okay guys, as you can see, I got a full 4 quarts out of that pot. I had absolutely nothing left over. I've already wiped all my rims. So never forget to wipe your rims. If you want a good seal, it's a have-to part of the process. Now I'm just going to pop my lids on. I really was hoping for 5 quarts, but I've never gotten 5 out of that pot. So, and I'm starting to get my kitchen cleaned up while everything is cooking and simmering and processing. I've been cleaning. I got this counter almost totally cleaned off. So that's a yay. I got my dishes ready to go. So I'm going to be hand washing my canning dishes. And got to try and get these lids on. There we go. I reuse all my rings. And this shot here, I'm using all new seals. Now, if you do not ruin your seals, you can reuse them. Although a lot of people will tell you not to, I have done it and done it successfully. Alright, now I'm just going to hand tighten these. And then I'm going to put them on the towel. And then they'll start their process of sealing. And it's really simple. It's that simple, guys, for making homemade tomato sauce and canning it. You do not have to do more than this. Just tighten these lids down, put them up on a rag to keep cool, or a towel, which mine's a towel, and you'll be good to go. And I'll bring you back when these jars are sealed.